Okay, so our next speaker is Johnny Feldman, who is speaking about anti-Zionism not being equated with anti-Semitism. Johnny is also an active member of the Sheffield Jews Against Israeli Apartheid and has been a very active member of the PSC since I moved here to Sheffield when I was 7. Please welcome him to the stage.
Dear comrades, brothers, sisters, friends, salam alaikum. Before I start, I just want to draw your attention to this magnificent symbol of Palestinian resistance and Palestinian grief. And please give a cheer for Dan, who has brought it to us. When we march here, we are keeping Palestine visible. Dan is keeping Palestine visible. When we shout our slogans and our rhymes, we are raising the voices of Palestinian people. This is paramount. For too long, the Palestinian narrative has been buried under the edifice of Zionist propaganda, especially the story of the Nakba. And what we are seeing today, partly as a result of our collective voice, is a reframing of this history. The Zionist myth that no one lived in Palestine is discredited. The Zionist myth that Palestinians left of their own free will is now discredited. And the Zionist myth that Palestinians will forget, that we will forget, is now discredited. So as overwhelming as things might seem today, with our collective solidarity, standing with Palestinians, raising their voices, Palestinian resistance will one day bring an end to occupation, an end to apartheid, and an end to injustice. But in this struggle, we must also continue to challenge the weapon most used against us. That these camps, these marches, are ones of hate and of prejudice, riddled with anti-Semitism. This is not so. We have heard a lot about the discomfort of some Jewish students at the sight of student solidarity camps. And of course, some Jewish people might feel uncomfortable. That is part of what revolution is about. And this is a revolutionary moment for Jewish people. As we see the collapse of poisonous Zionist ideology and their current leaders contenders for international arrest warrants. This is a revolution of thinking about how to be Jewish in this world. Let us not mix up their discomfort with anti-Semitism, nor with a threat to safety. If you would like to see a threat to safety, watch Al Jazeera coverage of Gaza. If you want to show concern for traumatized students, speak to those whose families are still languishing in Gaza. This revolution of thinking has to demolish the notion that an ethno-supremacist state is a good way to ensure our collective safety as Jewish. Oh no! All that money spent on this. Sorry. I've got it back. Thank you. About a revolution of Jewish thinking and about getting rid of the notion of an ethno-supremacist state. And it's important for us to understand, perhaps, that safety is central to many Jewish people's allegiance with Zionism. But Sheffield Jews Against Israeli Apartheid is asking every Jewish person in Britain to abandon the idea of Israel as a Jewish state. The more comfort and support Israel is given by the diaspora, the more it will feel entitled to continue. We must collectively disown it. What we are asking for here is simply a state where everyone has equal rights, an end to apartheid, an end to occupation, and the continued injustice suffered by Palestinian people. So, how do we ensure our collective safety as Jewish people here in Britain? Surely it is not, as I've said, recommending an ethno-supremacist state, but by joining with other anti-racist movements, combining with other struggles, and ensuring the collective safety of everyone, not just ourselves. Free, free! Free, free! So just finally, if you'd like to find out more about how this progressive Jewish thinking in the modern world, please come and see David Rosenberg on May the 22nd at the Central United Reformed Church at 7 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Johnny, and I'm proud to be a friend of so many Jewish people in this city who are standing up for the revolution that Johnny has spoken about.